Hi everyone, so it's week 3 of our environment sketching tutorial type video where we're going to go from value to color. So I decided to actually start with a value sketch, then change it to color instead of going straight in with color because that was kind of hard. So just like all our other pieces, you start off with the perspective lines to make sure it's done accurately, then you block in your huge shapes. You know, the foreground should be the darkest, midground a little bit lighter, and the background is the lightest part of your piece. That's, you know, we did that in week 1 and 2. Anyway, so for this piece, I actually tried to use my imagination for it. I really wanted some huge mountains with some small buildings at the top. That's basically it. You can't really see it because they're not really the focus of the piece. It's kind of the mountains, but I just wanted that to be in there. And I really wanted to emphasize a lot of pathways in this one, so I did some zigzag stuff going on. So yeah, so the value sketch was pretty easy. I've been doing this for 2 weeks straight, but it was a color that was challenging. So I added color onto the value sketch by using an overlay layer. So I got the idea from this YouTuber. That's where I get all my ideas. To basically just use a reference photo to actually pick your colors, so you can have semi-accurate colors in terms of what is out there in the world, and not just try to figure it out off the top of your head, because that's hard. So basically, I used an overlay layer and I separated the color for each for the foreground, the background, and the midground on different layers. And then from there I went in with the color. I blocked in like the general color, so I blocked in like green first, and then I started adding different colors for like the pathways and for the houses, and tried to add some textures on the mountains. That was really hard. Adding textures was really hard. I think I just need a variety of brushes, but I know other people are capable of adding textures with just using a regular round brush, or one of those regular brushes I don't really know about. But yeah, so I think it also just shows that I really don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. So, but I think as I go along, I'll be able to figure it out. But right now, I created my own brushes to add my own texture brushes to add texture to the piece, and by using this reference photo I was able to pick a variety of colors to try to make it look a little bit realistic, you know. So I went in with my colors, oh, I used the airbrush here to try to lighten the midground, to show the depth that, you know, what's further away is going to be lighter. So I tried to use the airbrush to make sure I captured that and I didn't lose that focus going through. Because when you just painting, sometimes you're painting with the same colors over and over again, and you forget that this shouldn't be that dark, you know. So I had that issue, and I used the airbrush to try to correct it. So going forward, I actually started merging my color layers together, because I don't know, I really don't use that much layer modes like overlay, so it was kind of a new thing for me, and I just did not like how it looked when I separated on different layers. It just looked it didn't look like it was a cohesive piece, if I might say. It just looked segmented. I didn't like that, so I started merging down my stuff, and then in the end I merged down to the value sketch layer. So why did I do that? I can't really remember, but I think it had something to do with the sky. The sky wasn't looking too right, so I merged that down so I could do the sky, and I did the sky on a layer below all of that to ensure it, you know, it's behind everything, so it looks right. And just as before, I made sure that I use a reference photo to pick the colors for the sky and the clouds. Dear God, I've been practicing painting clouds, but for some reason it still gives me a lot of trouble to paint it. But I think it turned out pretty good. I think it did. Yeah, I think it did. After I painted all the clouds, I tried to make sure that the mountain in the background had a little bit of blue on it, because you know the sky reflects on stuff, yeah. So I tried to make sure the mountain did look a little blue. In the end, after all of this, I used the airbrush to try to create some mist in the background. That didn't look good, but I did it afterwards and it kind of looked a little bit better. Yeah, I tried to show some separation in the piece, to say, oh, oh, that's obvious that there's another mountain there, or that's the midground and this is the foreground. Yeah, the mist thing kind of helps to show that separation. Also just give a lot of depth to the piece. It makes it look a little bit more interesting. So I defs did that, yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm weird. Afterwards, I use the airbrush again, and I use an add layer in Medibang to add a little bit more lighting, yeah, to just make it a little bit brighter, and it kind of look a little bit artificial, but I still kept it anyway. What is wrong with me? But that's basically it for this piece. Thank you guys for watching. This is the last video in this series, so I hope you learned something, and if you have any more videos you'd like me to do, just put it in the comments below. See you next week for another video. Bye.